taster of what the voice training is about. Some of you have been very gracious already and done the first class with me. So by all means, you can be the reference. I'll be happy to go there. All right, so voice training, what is it? Well, firstly, my name is Salvatore Sorce. I'm one of the voice trainers here at the London School of English. Who are we? We are voice coaches who offer a specialist service. We're experienced experts in teaching voice. We all trained at the Royal Central School of Speech and Drama here in London. It's a globally renowned course for voice studies, and basically what that does, it gives us the skills to teach voice in many different mediums, many different environments. So for example, we teach voice to business professionals, people who are shy in their own environment and don't know how to speak in front of a group of people like tonight, which could be quite intimidating for some people, but for me I go, hey, hello, it's a party. But for business professionals, some people, especially at conference level, where they have to speak to maybe 100, 200, maybe 300 people, how do they work the conference room so they're actually making communication with everyone in the room and still being able to be heard and their message being very clear? Obviously we teach voice to students for whom English is a second language, and we also teach, and that really comprises of working on accent softening, and we also work with performers. So again, very much like the business skills of standing in front of a group of people and making sure that you are heard clearly and, each word is very specific to an audience. But we also work with accents, so we teach them how to do accents. So all your accents tonight, I could go teach someone else. Isn't that great? What a gift. It's a two-way street, it's two-way learning, you see, it's two-way learning. Can I just find out what countries I've got in here tonight, because that's really interesting to me. China? No, it's not?
South Korea.
South Korea, sorry, I do apologise. I remember. Where are you from, sorry? Argentina, okay. ¿Cómo se llama? Joaquin, okay, right, okay, nice to meet you, Joaquin. Thailand, okay, and your name?
Why?
Right, I'll try and remember these names. I'm not fantastic at remembering names, but I do try. Brazil, lovely. So Portuguese, right?
Yes.
Okay.
China.
Okay. Norway, okay. Sweden, yes, we've already
My
met.
name is Lucimar, I'm from Brazil.
Okay, great, fantastic.
My name is Jan and I'm from the Czech Republic.
Okay, thank you, Jan.
France. My name is Steven.
Steven. Okay.
My name is Diogo, and I'm also from Brazil.
Okay. 3 Brazilians in the room, fantastic. Have we got a 4th? Are we going
I am Agnes, I come from Belgium.
Belgium, right, okay.
I'm Luis Henrique. I'm from Brazil.
Brazil. 4 Brazilians in the room, hey! Sorry, you don't get a prize, you don't get a prize, I'm sorry. And Francesco.
Francesco from Italy.
Right, okay, great. Well, as you can hear, especially in my name, you can see I'm from, I'm not from England. I was born in this country to Italian parents, but I was raised with Italian as a mother language, as my first language. But through being brought up here and educated here, this is what I sound like. Okay, right, so let's have a look. So when we look at voice training, the 3 areas that I'm going to talk to you about this evening are about accent softening, which hopefully will lead to confident speech, and really about personalising a program specifically to your needs. There is no one size fits all with accent training. There is absolutely no way that works. We have to work with the individual, because it's the individual challenges that you'll have. You're from Brazil, 4 of you are from Brazil, but I'll bet you there's specific sounds that you may all share, but there's specific ways that I may have to work with you, that actually will help you engage with that specific sound, yeah? So one size does not fit all. It's about bringing you to a level of confident speech within a English-speaking environment. Now, whether that's in a business environment or whether that's in a personal environment, it's totally how you choose to play with that and how we adapt that training to your specific needs, which is where we personalise the program. So it's a personalised program, so it works through assessment, working with you on what we understand are the specific areas that you want to improve, and really according to your time frame. So I'll just go through that a little bit more now. So, first thing we do is identify specific challenges. Come on, you're going to work for me. So, how you may use your mouth. Right, can I ask you, can I just, in your own language, just say good morning, my name is, good afternoon, my name is.
안녕하세요. 제 이름은 조연서입니다.
Okay? In your own language, good afternoon, what's your name?
Tardes.
Buenas tardes, and
Mi nombre es Joaquín.
thank you.
สวัสดีค่ะชื่อฝ้ายค่ะมาจากประเทศไทยค่ะ
Okay, fantastic.
晚上好，我是自己。
Good morning, het is er niet.
Okay, okay,
Vandaag mijn naam is Usman.
okay.
Dobré odpoledne, mé jméno je Honza. Bonjour, mon nom est Sylvain.
Boa tarde, meu nome é Diogo.
Bonjour, mon nom est Agnès.
Boa tarde, meu nome é Luís.
Buon pomeriggio, il mio nome è Francesco.
Right, everyone uses their mouth incredibly differently. Yeah? So, some of you may have more of a smile on your mouth when you're speaking, which means that certain vowel sounds which you're trying to find in English may be more challenging. Yeah? Certain of you may have quite a tight jaw, so that means that within English, when we're using English correctly, we actually allow more space in the mouth. So you can see that the jaw is moving a lot more, my lips are moving a lot more. So if I don't understand what you're doing with your mouth, how am I supposed to change it? Yeah? So within the first session, and may I just say, majority of my clients that I work with, Asian, Russian, Scandinavian, European and South American, I think that covers pretty much everyone in here, right?
Yes.
Yes? Yeah? So the majority of the clients that I work with, I always ask that I spend the first session purely on assessment, which may sound rather indulgent, but it's actually not. Because I had a client say to me the other day, we spent an hour just on assessing. I said, yes, but if I don't know exactly what you need, how am I going to give you exactly how am I going to teach you exactly what it is you need to walk out of here with? Does that make sense? Yes? Okay, so what we'll do once we understand those challenges that you may have with adopting English sounds is actually give you specific strategies to help you overcome those. Yeah? Let me give you an example. Right. The teacher comes out. Okay. Some of you, in English, we use two different types of L's. Are you aware of this? Yes or no?
No.
No? Okay, we use two different types of L's. We have one which we use for light. Can everyone say light?
Light.
Right. Can everyone now say, that's the light L? Yeah, light L. L. And it's just using the tip of the tongue. L, 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 L. Italians use it, French use it, Spanish use it, I'm sure Brazilian Portuguese uses L, the L sound.
I think so.
Yeah. A lot of countries are very familiar with the L, with the L sound. I would say Russian is the one that is probably one of the few that doesn't, and also the American accent doesn't use the light L sound. It's very dark L, which we'll come to in a second. I want you to just now use a different word. So we've said light. Can we try light again?
Light.
So it's the tip of the tongue, right? Tip of the tongue moving around. Light, right, okay. Let's try the dark L sound, which comes in the word full. Full. Right, now to say light. Light. Now going to full. What do you feel is different?
The direction of the tone.
Yeah, the direction of the tongue. Some of you may be able to do it very easily. Some of you may find it a little bit challenging, yes? How many of you felt that you were making the sound really, really clearly? I know you don't. Put your hand down. Yeah? How many of you felt that you made the sound very, very clearly? Full. Can you feel what's going on in your mouth right now? Sounds like the tongue's having a little bit of a gymnastic workout, isn't it? Yeah? All right, let's just give you an idea. Can you just say the word sing and keep the tongue back? Because you're going to go sing. Right? Great. Right? Now, where's the tongue tip? It's right behind your bottom teeth, right? Sing. Yeah? Now, I just want you to lift your tongue tip up and keep the back of the tongue up there. Whoa, this is gymnastics for the tongue, it really is. So you're basically going, back of the tongue's there, tongue tip comes up there. Oh. it feels like you're swallowing your tongue right now, doesn't it? Yeah? Oh. But can you say light?
Light.
Can you say full? Can you feel the difference between what's going on with the tongue? Yeah? That's just a very specific exercise that I'll be giving for those who can't actually do the dark L or have challenges producing the dark L sound. That's one of the things that we will be doing. Yeah? Okay? Any questions with that? I know there's loads of other sounds that you may want me to come up with. I will approach another couple in a moment. Okay? Right. Okay. Hopefully, with the amount of work that we do within the time that we have to train you, actually will help lead to confident speech. But the only way that really works is by you putting the pieces together for yourself. So good practice means better results. As an accent coach, when I teach actors different accents, if I don't understand how to make that accent myself, if I don't have good experience of doing that, I'm probably spending a good 40 to 50 hours on that accent, and I kid you not, it requires that amount of time, because you don't just make the sound once and go, okay, that's fine. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. The other day I was walking down the street and I was trying to get the sound that the Americans use when they say dog. Right now in English we say dog and the jaw just drops. Dog. Oh. Can everyone try it? Dog. Dog. Yeah? It's the very sound. Dog. Right? Americans would say dog. Dog. And it was just me walking down the street going dog. And I could hear myself and I just realised there was another part of my mouth that I hadn't been engaging beforehand. So suddenly I was able to go, okay, that sound, I understand it better. So now I could say Tom's dog. Tom's dog, as opposed to Tom's dog. Yeah, you can hear the difference, right? Can you just say dog? Now say dog. Right, can you feel what's going on in the mouth? Something slightly different. Something slightly different. Don't worry, I'm not going to try and teach everyone how to speak in an American accent, okay? That's not the game. That's not how it works. All right. And this is what it comes down to, is about the challenges that we have with processing new languages and new sounds. You all have a very specific sound system that you use within your own languages. Yeah? English, if you look at the vowels that we have within English, there are 20 vowels in English. I know in certain countries there's only like 5. 5 clean vowels that we use. English has to go and just change and throw something out there and just go, oh, we'll just make that a little bit more challenging for you. Yeah? So what we have to do is identify where is that sound, what is that sound, and how do I make it? Okay? But you do that again through continuous practice. Is there any questions that you guys have right now? Or am I answering everything so far perfectly? All right, then fine, thanks a lot. Okay. One of the things that I'm very, very aware of when I'm teaching English pronunciation is actually about you finding your voice in English. I was going to speak in Italian, but we've got another Italian in the room, and you'll find out that my Italian's really, really bad. But one of the things that I find is that, particularly with a lot of clients, is that they come to it and think they have to almost reach up into it, and it's not sitting within their own voice as easily or as comfortably as they'd like to. Again, just as a group, just say in your own language, good afternoon, my name is, just all at once. In your own language. Now, in your own language, you have your own, you can put your hand on your chest. Yeah, you have your own feel, you have your own vibrations, your own rhythms, right? Right? You just try that again, this time, and just do it again in your own language, and just feel it. Just feel where it sits in your own body, yeah? Just say, good afternoon, my name, in English. In your own language. Just say it, your own name, good afternoon, in your language. Try it. And do it again because you missed it, yeah? Do it again.
Yes, exactly. Bon après-midi.
Comment?
Bon après-midi.
Yeah. Ça s'appelle? Comment ça s'appelle?
Comment ça s'appelle?
Vous, comment ça s'appelle?
Mon prénom, Sylvain.
Okay, right. Can you feel it? Can you feel that vibration in here a little bit? Did anyone not feel anything?
Yeah.
You all felt something? Yeah? Now, I want you to try and say that again, do exactly the same thing. Good afternoon, my name is, in English. Yeah? Put your hand there and see if you feel the same sense of vibration. You may feel a little bit, that's fine, but is it the same quality? Try it. Is it different? Yeah? Yeah? Was it different? Maybe? Maybe not? Maybe? No? No difference?
A little bit.
A little bit? Was it lighter?
I think it's up.
Up?
Yeah, I think if I say good afternoon, my name is, and then it's a bit up, it's upper than my mother tongue.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I think
Yourself, how did you notice?
it was a bit more down.
It's a bit more
It's a bit more down in English.
in English, a little bit more resonant. Okay.
I felt the same.
Okay, so some of you felt it was a little bit more. Did you feel it as strong as in your own language? No? Okay.
It was lighter, maybe?
Okay, lighter.
Like, no.
No difference? Well, we just, yeah.
A bit stronger.
A bit stronger in English. Okay, cool.
A bit lighter.
A bit lighter.
No,
No difference?
A bit.
No? A big difference?
No, little.
A little bit of a difference. Okay. One of the things that I find is that that clients feel that there is a certain way that one has to speak in English, that it's almost like I have to lift myself into the English sound, or it sounds different to them. It sounds different to their natural feel within their body. And what I notice is that this can also create tension. When you have tension, you create stress. Stress creates blockages. Yeah, which means that, have you ever tried to say something in English and got, yeah?
Yeah.
Right? That's immediately causing a blockage for you. Yeah? Because it's immediately setting yourself up for failure. Yeah? And the one thing I say to you is, just make the mistake and learn from it. There's nothing wrong with that. Make the mistake and learn from it. Okay? Now, all I'm going to get you to do is I'm going to get you to just do a very, very simple little voice exercise. We're going to go back to that sing sound. Do you remember when we did sing just a few seconds ago? Okay. So, I'm just going to ask you to make this sound for, it's going to feel silly, but we're all going to do it together so we all feel silly together. Okay? Everyone game? Yes? I like Joaquin's like, yeah, right. Okay. So, all I want you to do is, we're going to, I'll give you an example of what we're going to do first. Sing. Yep, I just want you to do that for a nice, if you've got enough breath to do it for that long, great. If you don't, just stop, take another breath, and do it for 3 minutes. Right? I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to judge you. But I want you to just hear the quality of that you can get within your voice from doing that for 3 breaths. Just for 3 long, nice, extended breaths. Do you want to give it a go? Yeah? Want to give it a try? Yeah? All right? So, just in your own time. There's no race for anyone to finish quicker. There's no race. There's no prize for anyone who does it the longest. Let me say that right now, okay? All right. So let's just try. Sing. Let's smile on the face. Sing. When you run out of breath, just take another breath. Oh my God, it's so simple. Sing. One more. Sing. Good. Immediately, I want you to say, good afternoon, my name is. Immediately. What does that feel? Does it feel?
I don't.
You don't feel anything different? Right. What is it? But do you notice anything in your voice? Just try it again. Everyone try it again all at the same time. Just put your hand there. Good afternoon, my name is.
Good afternoon.
What do you notice? Anything?
The vibration
Yeah?
go down.
It's gone down?
Yeah,
Yeah?
go down.
Yeah? Yeah? A little bit?
A little bit.
A little bit? Okay. Okay, that's fine.
Like nothing.
No? 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 Okay, a little bit? Oh, okay, okay.
But it felt better when.
Okay, it felt a little bit better, a little bit more resonant?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I'm afraid I think it's going to change.
Okay, that's all right, okay. No? No? Okay, let's not forget something. We've just done it for 3 breaths. Normally I spend about 5 minutes with people doing this, like really extend it and really play with it. Anything?
Yeah, but less vibrate.
Less?
Vibrate is not that vibrate anymore.
It didn't vibrate anymore?
Yeah.
Okay. Joaquin? Nothing. Okay. All right. I'm dying a death here. That's fine. Go for it.
The vibration is less than before.
It's less than before? Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay. That's not usually the response I get, but that's okay. I'll play with that. That's fine. So the main thing is, it's really about what that exercise does when you actually play with it a little bit more. And I encourage you, when you walk out of here, go on the tube and sit there and go, zing. You get so many people looking at you like you're a weirdo. It's completely fine. I get it all the time. Yeah? So, hold on a sec. Let's move that. There we go. Why is that going up there? Thank you. Right. Okay. So, but that exercise really can help develop the resonance in the voice, which is where I said about feeling that you're reaching up into English. That can really ground the voice down and actually help create a little more strength within the voice. You're not sounding, like that in speaking English. Does that make sense? Yes?
No.
No, that's fine. Sometimes in English, so for example, when you're speaking in your own language, do you feel that there's a certain quality of depth that you have within the voice? Yes? So like it's just easy, it flows very, very simply for you. In English, do you feel that you have that, or the same quality of resonance the whole time?
No.
No, right? Half of that is because you're stopping, thinking about the words that you're going to say. Yeah? So what I'm trying to do is show you that if you're allowing yourself to feel the flow of words, feel the flow of vibration, you can get that same depth within your voice in the English language. Okay? So it's about creating the same resonance from your mother tongue into the English language. Yeah? Okay? Right, with regards to when we're looking at personalising the program, so it's, as I said, working with each individual to suit their needs. If there's anything specifically you want to work on, then here's the environment where we do it. We can develop your strengths in different environments. So for some of you, maybe focusing specifically for a business usage. Yeah, I have clients who come in who work at quite a high level and who have challenges with certain words in their business environment. For example, one of my clients who came this morning, Spanish guy, really lovely guy, has to use the word infrastructure all the time. And he has real challenges with the word infrastructure. So what did we do? We broke down that word and made him see where the stress was, made him realise that what he was saying was infrastructure. So he was like literally running through it because he was embarrassed to say it wrong. So he was like kind of saying, I'll get away with not saying it clearly, so I'll just run through it. People won't notice, but the thing is, everyone goes, I hear what you're doing. Yeah? So what we did was slowed him down and just said, right, let's look at this word, let's unpick this word, let's look at the specific sounds within this word and help you own those sounds rather than just run through them. Okay? Some people may be here to develop their English for personal use, and that's absolutely fine too. Yeah? I work with whatever your needs are. But we also accommodate to time considerations. So if you're looking at early in the morning, in the afternoon, or even early evening, that's totally your call. You just decide how you want to work the training for you. Okay? Now, is there any questions at the moment that you may be having? No? Okay. So we've spoken about accent softening. We've spoken about confident speech. Yeah? How accent softening. Oops, sorry. Let's go back. That's not going to do it for me this way. Right. PowerPoint is always such a wonderful thing. In principle it works, and then it goes, hey! So, accent softening. So we spoke about accent softening, about really looking at the sounds that you're using and how do we adapt those sounds from the way that you use your mouth, your tongue, into an English sound, in order to facilitate more confident speech within the environment that you want to use it. and then personalizing that program to your needs. So, I ask, is there specific questions that you may have? Give me 1 second. Because you may be thinking about, let's have a look, how long is the training? And pointing you in the right direction. With regards to voice training, we talk about a minimum of 5 sessions. Anything less than that, and it's almost like band-aiding. It's like literally putting a plaster on something going, oh, okay, I can't say this word. Well, I can do that in the canteen with you. That doesn't take 2 seconds. But to actually really own how you speak in English, we talk about 5 sessions. And each session is usually about 90 minutes long. Okay? The first session, as I said, is usually a thorough assessment, and then a few exercises to help you start you on your way.
How long is it, one session?
90 minutes, an hour and a half. Which, if you think about it, by the time we've actually done the assessment, which is usually going to run between 45 minutes to 50, 55 minutes, really a thorough assessment. Because I go through all the vowel sounds, I go through all the consonant sounds, then I give you some written text. And don't worry, it's not that you're going to be thrown out the window if you don't get it right. It's absolutely, it's really about understanding what you're doing, yeah? And then realizing, okay, this sound is sitting a little bit odd with you, we need to work with that one, okay? Within that, then we have to build in the time for the exercises. So each lesson after that, I usually work on recapping what we've done the previous lesson, spend about 5 minutes understanding what we're going to be covering in the next lesson. We usually cover 2 main areas, a consonant family and a vowel family, and then we'll recap and go through specific exercises or areas that we're not sure on still. So that goes on for 5 sessions. Oh, there's another big fly there.
Is the client always alone with the trainer?
Yes, it's usually a one-to-one. Thank you very much for
I
asking.
thought maybe if there were some Scandinavians that they were kind of...
That can, I've seen that work in some environments, but the thing is, if you're wanting to specifically develop your ability, it works so much better on one-to-one. And also, some people can get embarrassed in front of other people and may not want to do it. Now, when I work in a teaching environment, I like to create as safe a space as possible so that the person feels that they can be as comfortable as they can and just talk, just engage, and just share. Yeah? So it usually I usually recommend it's one-to-one. With regards to how many of you have been thinking about doing this? You're obviously here for a reason, so how many of you have been thinking about doing voice training, or were you just curious about it?
I don't know if you have time for...
No, it's fine.
Enough, but I'm leaving the next Friday.
Next Friday? Okay, cool.
We have to see how can I schedule it.
Yeah. Well, that's where I need to point you in the right direction, which is this young lady over here, Julia. Julia is the marketing assistant and deals with all the bookings for the voice training program. If you are interested, then by all means, you need to speak to her. And sorry, that fly's got a love. It's got a love relationship with people in this room. It's going to come to me in a minute and dive bomb me. But by all means, Julia is the person that you need to approach and make the appointments with. My schedule next week is not that crazy at the moment, though I have a sneaking suspicion it's going to get quite busy. So I just need, if you're interested in doing it, sooner rather than later.
When it's going to be done after this.
What time should? Okay, let's use you as a case in point. When do you normally? What's your class's times?
9 to 4 o'clock p.m.
9 to 4 o'clock. My last client can be at 5:30 or 6 o'clock. So, and that usually will run for an hour and a half, and it'll take you up to 7:30. We have to be out of the building at 8, otherwise the cleaners just say, "Come on, sir, sorry, what are you doing? Still going to sleep here?" Yeah, they do that. But yes, I'm happy to take my last client up. The latest I'll take my last client is 6:30. Yeah, and the first client I usually will take about 8:30 in the morning. If you're doing a later day. Yeah? Sorry?
I don't know, maybe you can change a bit my schedule.
Yes,
But for me, it's I think that's very important. I have serious problems with the stress, the work with the stress. I mumble the words.
Okay.
So I think topics would be quite good.
Sure,
I
absolutely.
know why maybe I talk to Emma and how to fit with the.
No, absolutely, that's absolutely fine. Let me be very, very clear, because I had a client turn around to me this week and say to me, oh, I need help with like using future tense and past tense. I was like, no, that's not my job. I do English pronunciation. I teach you that. Everything else, that happens with the other trainers. This is purely about how you use it, how you create that sound, how you make it clearly.
I'm not good even in Portuguese.
Sorry?
I'm not good even in Portuguese.
English. Well, you never know. Then it might actually, kind of work across. The thing that you have to bear in mind here is that it doesn't happen like that. It takes work.
Yes,
But what I give you is the tools to understand how to make it work.
we do some, we offer some training for our clients.
Yeah.
I work with the communication, so some media trainings, some for some CEO
Yeah.
of some companies to they have to speak in public spaces, and so we contract
Sure.
some actors trainers.
Sure. Yeah.
They do some voice training. So
Yeah. I
I'm
feel that.
quite known about how
Yeah.
it works.
Well, then, by all means, let's look if the pronunciation is something that you're interested in, then by all means, let's talk to Emma or to Julia and see what we can do.
So I have a question.
Yes.
In my case, I'm leaving on Friday.
Yeah.
I just 4 days to.
Okay.
Is it possible to have
If you're looking at doing daily sessions, then yeah, it's not impossible. I'm available to do that. Yeah, I mean, it depends on what your schedule is and how we can make it work around that. As I said, I am here for you guys. It's not that you're not here for me. I'm here for you. I work with you, your timing, your schedule. If you need to be in here earlier, then I come in earlier. That's the way it works. My Spanish client that I was working with this morning, I got in here at 8 o'clock for it. Well, I was actually in here at 7:30 this morning. Now I live an hour and a half away, but I will be here because the client wants me to be here.
Okay.
Yeah? Cool. Are we all good?
Yeah.
Everyone, and no last questions at all?
Yeah.
And for example,
Price.
You need to speak to Julia about that.
yes, and
Agnes.
perhaps I wonder, but I have not enough time to do more than 2 sessions. Do you think with 2 sessions I will not be a champion, I know, but I could progress quite a lot?
What I can do within 2 sessions, I can certainly point you in the direction of certain things. I can identify the areas that you're having challenges with, and maybe give you key tools for key sounds that you're probably having challenges within your work environment.
Yes.
As I said, my Spanish client this morning with infrastructure, that's one of the key things he has to say all the time, and he just struggles with it all the time. So I'm not saying I'm going to teach you one word and that's it, goodbye. I'm going to help you find how you're using certain sounds, and then how you can make those sounds clearer.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. All good?
But are you focusing on words or the whole,
The whole thing?
Yes.
Yeah, the whole thing. Yeah, absolutely. I deal with English pronunciation, stress, as you said, which part of the words to stress, and also intonation.
Yes.
Yeah. All comes underneath pronunciation. It's when you start looking at past tenses, future tenses, and stuff like that. No, it's not like that. Cool. Well, thank you very much, guys, for your time this evening. I do appreciate it. I hope you have an enjoyable rest of the week. If you are interested in booking anything, please by all means speak to Julia or to Emma, and I look forward to seeing you. I'll be around the building, don't worry, trust me. All right? Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.